Steel Mills, Mr. Dizzle, man. Finally heading to work in the truck. Finally heading to the site, man. But Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin. Can Povetkin pull off the upset again and get himself, another shot at a title? It's very much so possible, man. It's very much so possible. I haven't really been keeping up on their camps, so I don't know what either one of them are looking like. What I have seen from, I was about to say Chisora. What I have seen from Dillian Whyte, nigga is in his feelings about that. Oh man, he be fronting like he a nice guy. He ain't really nice like that. Oh, he ain't got COVID. He ain't never had COVID to begin with, all that shit. That's a nigga in his feelings. And credit to him, is cool. Any nigga who get knocked out like that is gonna be in their feelings. I've been knocked off my feet before. In my hood, knocked off my feet. In my feelings when niggas wanted to throw them jokes. Niggas that I'd have crashed. They was throwing jokes and I couldn't say nothing, man. I was in my feelings. I was scared of the nigga who knocked me out. The difference was Dillian Whyte ain't scared of dude, you dig what I'm saying? But he did get knocked out. So motherfuckers gonna have some shit to say about that, especially due to the fact that he on Wilder's heel. So they was hoping and praying that he lost. Now, with that being said, do I think Alexander Povetkin can do what he did last November? Yes, I do. I do. Do I personally think he's gonna do it? No. I think going into this fight, Dillian Whyte is gonna be a lot more aware. And I mean, just he was on his way to being stopped the last fight. You dig what I'm saying? He was on his way to being shut down. He was witnessing destruction in those little bit of rounds that it went. He'd already been down twice. He was on the edge of literally getting stepped on and being up out of there like, yeah, nigga, now can't nobody deny me my title shot. And they got him. He came to an abrupt stop with that brilliant hooker cut that Povetkin threw. And it wasn't a lucky shot. That was calculated, man. So, nonetheless, I do think Dillian Whyte will be a lot more disciplined and more cautious going into this fight. I think he was disciplined and cautious in the last fight. It's just Povetkin, he picked up on something and he capitalized on it. It can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? It can happen in boxing, man. So it is what it is, but I do think Dillian Whyte is gonna win this fight because he can't afford to lose this fight. If he loses this fight, man, I don't even think starting over is an option. You know, as an option, man. He might. I don't want to say retire, because y'all know how I am with that word when it comes to retirement off of losing a fight. However, it is gonna completely knock him off his rocker to lose to Alexander Povetkin in that manner again, because I don't think Povetkin could take him on the scorecard. I think he'd have to knock him out. I just think Dillian Whyte at this point in time is a lot more sharper than Povetkin. If Povetkin was to win this fight, he would have to knock him out again. But I don't think it'll happen this time around, man. I think Dillian Whyte may even go 12. I think Dillian Whyte can go 12 with him. I actually would lean more towards him going 12. I would. I think he'll be on his jab a lot more this fight. He'll be on his jab a lot more this fight, and not allowing Dillian Whyte to get in range to where he can comfortably throw that hooker cut like he did last November. So I think he's gonna be a lot more on his jab and fighting that distance, like Joshua did with Ruiz. And it would be the smarter thing to do. It would be the smarter thing to do. You know, you're the younger, fresher fighter with more of an upside at this point in time and more to lose. Povetkin's a former champion. You know, he's done it all pretty much and has a really good resume. He's been in there with some of the best, just like Dillian Whyte. The difference is Dillian Whyte has never captured a title. So I do think Dillian Whyte is going to win this fight. I don't think by knockout. I think it'll go 12. If it does go, if Whyte does get the knockout, I think it'll be late in the fight. I'm talking late, 11, round 10, 11, maybe even 12. But it would be the championship rounds. We'll say that. It'll be the championship rounds. I don't think he's gonna knock him out, because I think he's gonna be very cautious of the IQ of Alexander Povetkin, and he's gonna really work that distance and work that range off, and work behind the jab and keep him honest, keep him at the end of that jab, because he knows what it is. He knows what it is. Unless he goes in there and applies the same game plan that he did in the first match. Motherfucker, he got knocked out, but he was beating the shit out of Povetkin. He was beating the shit out of Povetkin. Yeah, but Povetkin's perseverance and IQ was what, it persevered. So he could go in that direction and say, I don't need to change nothing. I just, it's that one. He landed that one punch. And usually, if a shot works for you the first time, you're gonna revert back to that if you're in a position where you lose it again. So it could be, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. It could be like the first match. It could be just like the first match, and Dillian Whyte is just like, no, I'm going for gusto on this one. I got to make a statement. The difference is he'll be cautious of that right hand. It's like when Manny Pacquiao got put to sleep by Marquez with his right hand. Everybody was trying to line Manny Pacquiao up with that, set that trap for him where they walk him into the right hand. And he was like, I see it coming a mile away. It's not going to work. Even, I think Chris Algieri did it. The difference was he didn't have the dynamite in his hands for it to really be problematic. He just caught him with a flush shot. Oh, okay, now I see what you're trying to do. And for the rest of his career, maybe not the rest of his career, but the next few fights following that fight, everybody was trying to set that trap with the right hand. And Manny was like, no, I know what y'all niggas is doing. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. So I think Povetkin, if he gets behind on the scorecards and if he hits the canvas a couple of times, I do see him trying to revert back to that same shot that he landed on Whyte to get him up out of there. I personally don't think it's going to work this time, though, because he's going to be a lot more sharper, a lot more aware of it. He's going to be a lot more aware, and the fact that if he loses, he's probably not ever going to get another title shot. He's probably going to be, not necessarily gatekeeper status, but he most definitely won't be gatekeeper status, but he'd be a solid name for a cat who's ready for title contention to come along and fight. Put him in there with Dillian Whyte. We'll see if he can deal with the upper echelon heavyweights. If he's ready for Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, we'll put him in there with them, with Dillian Whyte. That'll give us a really good gauge of where he's at in skill. That is going to be Dillian Whyte's status if he loses this fight to Povetkin come Saturday. And I don't think Whyte is having that, personally, man. He has entirely too much to lose. And even Eddie Hearn said it best. He can't afford to lose this fight. He can't. He cannot afford to lose this fight. It's bad business if he does, man. So that's how I'm feeling about it. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're gonna see either a wide unanimous decision in favor of Dillian Whyte or a late championship round stoppage by Dillian Whyte. But Povetkin can win the fight. Get it fucked up. He can do what he did again. He just has to be a little bit more craftier with it this time because he's gonna be expecting it from that angle. So let me know if I'm on to something or if I'm burnt the fuck out, man. Peace.